So not too long ago, I jumped onto Halo Reach on PC, and I found a lot of new players. New players that leave the match with probably 5 kills because they lose most of their gunfights against us legacy players, the players who played back on the 360. So I'm here to support you new players to make your Halo experience a bit better and maybe even get you to playing better at the game. Now before I start the video, I will not be covering stuff like how to improve your aim because that's more to do with consistency, and I guess that would be like another topic for another video if I ever intend to do one. Also, I do stream on Twitch. I play a variety of games, so maybe you should follow me on there. The link is in the description below, as well as my Twitter. I do tweet out when I go live, so you can follow me there. Alright, let's start the video. When it comes to Halo, I'd say majority of all Halo games, there's 3 main things that you need to always take into consideration. And these 3 things are meleeing, your grenade, and the weapon that you're using. These 3 things always dictate your gunfights. Now let's break down these 3 things. So your melee. Whenever you pop an enemy shield, or when you get their shield really low enough, one melee attack can just instantly kill them. And that's it. Otherwise, you do have to melee an enemy twice up front. But there's also hitting them from behind, which is an instant kill. And there's also an animation for killing them from behind if you hold down your melee button to do an assassination. But remember that an assassination does take some time for you to actually kill them, so if their teammate is near them and they kill you, you will not get the kill for that assassination. So just be mindful of when you pull off an assassination. The next one, grenades. Now I'd say the majority of my gunfights always start with a grenade. And that's why you see a lot of people just throwing grenades around the corner, hoping that they can hit the enemy. Now this is only because grenades can pop off a person's shield instantly, and then they become weak enough for just a single headshot to go through. Now remember, there's 2 types of grenades. You have your frag grenade, which bounces off surfaces and then explodes, and then you have your plasma grenades, which sticks onto people. And does bounce off surfaces, but not as much as a frag would. So just remember how to use these 2 properly, because they will help out your gunfights more than you think. And lastly, your weapons. Depending on what weapon you're using, it will heavily dictate your gun battles. Now maybe you've witnessed this yourself, where you've used an assault rifle and you've had the first shot, and the other players using a pistol, and they win the gun battle. And you're wondering to yourself, why is that happening? Well, that's because, as I said, each weapon is different. They are not the same, and to easily split up, some weapons are precision based, and other weapons are just unique in their own field. Now the next tip is to know the map. Each map is different. They all have their own weapons, so don't expect to find a shotgun in every map, or maybe even a rocket launcher in every map. So just know where the weapons are in the map, like where they spawn, and the best places to be in the map. You don't want to be standing in the middle or somewhere where it has no cover at all. So just keep that in mind. Just know where you want to be in the map. And then finally we have the Spartan abilities. Each Spartan ability is different, and depending on when you use them, it will help out your gun battles without a doubt. So let's break down our Spartan abilities. So we have the basic sprint, letting you run as fast as possible. Now this helps with getting to a part of the map that you want to be. This also helps with actually running away from gunfights, because while you're running away, you're actually regenerating your shield. So if you got shot a bit, just start sprinting, because that was the broken thing about Halo Reach. Sprinting was busted. Then the next ability is the Armor Lock ability. Now, using Armor Lock makes you become invincible once you're in that position, but you can't move when you're in that position, and you're not able to regen your shield. So if your shield was popped off and you activate that, you're not gonna regen your shield while you're doing that. Also, if someone tries to melee you while you're in that position, the moment you let go of Armor Lock, it will pop off their shield. So that will leave them vulnerable to just a melee hit, and that's it. They're done. They're dead.
Triple kill.
Now, Armor Lock can also be used to close off certain situations. So I've had a chance where I popped off the enemy's shield, they went into Armor Lock and they held it down, and their teammates were actually coming behind me. So I had a little situation where I was stuck between this Armor Lock guy who had a sword, or I had to face off his teammates. So that was a pretty clever use of using Armor Lock right there. We then have the hologram ability. Now the hologram lets you send out a hologram of yourself walking at a specific direction that you point at, which can be useful for fooling the enemy. Now I've had chances where I'm stuck in a corner or I'm hiding away from an enemy, and I send a hologram to a different location, and they begin chasing after the hologram, thinking that it's me, because they can see on their radar that this red dot is moving away from them, acting as if they're running away. The next ability is the jetpack. Now the jetpack can help with getting to positions quickly, but know that if you're just using jetpack just to fly in the air to shoot at someone, know that you're heavily vulnerable to get shot at multiple angles, so just be careful on when to use it. And lastly, we have the active camo ability. Turning on active camo will make you invisible as long as you're standing still, or if you're slightly moving. Know that the more you move, the more visible you will become. So if you're moving at your normal speed, you'll become partially invisible, whereas if you're just standing still, you will be completely invisible.
Lost the lead. Tie the leader.
Also to take note, while you're activating active camo, sound will become muffled and your radar will become a complete mess.
Hill control.
Now this radar effect will also affect any nearby enemies, so just be careful when you're using it, because you want to use it when you know where the enemy is and you want to be invisible while the enemy is just messing about. It can also help with concealing your weapons. I've had a chance where I had to use invisibility just to conceal that I'm using a sword. So that is your Halo basics. So from your melee,
killing spree,
your grenade, your weapon,
killing spree,
your Spartan abilities,
Double kill. Triple kill.
and knowing the map. These 5 things will help improve your Halo experience. Now I hope you found this video useful. Give it a like if you did, and maybe subscribe to the channel. I will be doing 2 more videos of these, one covering the UNSC weapons and the other one covering the Covenant weapons, because you need to know how each of these weapons work to improve your gun battles. Once again, my name is Short Devil and I do stream on Twitch. I play a variety of games, and maybe you should follow me on there. The link is in the description below. And so guys, I shall see you guys later. No, don't do this. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Wait, what's happening? Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, why would you?